Urban planning is the process by which we make cities work. It requires all forms of economic action, requires some form of government intervention, and urban planning is finding the sweet spot for making cities operate at their most socially just and equally at their most effective. To me personally, it's a fun thing to study. Given that we all live pretty much in an urban world, most aspects of our day-to-day lives nowadays take place in cities. Cities are these entities that we must study very carefully. When I worked in central bank, part of my job was to travel around the world for the International Monetary Fund and for the Bank for International Settlements, and to advise treasuries and fellow central bankers in a variety of countries on how they should govern their economy. One of the things that struck me as very odd was to assess a country on the basis of some sort of macroeconomic statistics. I would be in Bogota, in Riyadh, in Saudi Arabia, I would be in Kuala Lumpur and in Sydney. These cities were all very different beasts, yet macroeconomic theory had very little to say about how these countries differed on the basis of their different cities. And so I got very interested in studying cities as these expressions of our economies. So in that sense, I dedicated the last 10 years to understanding how my home discipline, economics and finance, could contribute to the understanding of these important cities, and I ended up at Virginia Tech in the planning department. For me, one of my most memorable planning related experiences was to be called upon as an expert witness by the Michigan government in a case that involved tax increment finance fraud. Tax increment finance is a particular type of local public finance that is very important for municipal funding. In planning school we have to study it. It's one of those things that students roll their eyes about, but details matter, and planners can be essential to helping make government work more efficiently. And I was called upon in front of the Michigan Congress to give testimony in a particular case that had to do with the bankruptcy of Detroit. So that was a very memorable moment for me in my career. Urban planning really is the original transdisciplinary enterprise, because to be a good urban planner, you have to be a relatively good theoretician, you have to be a good economist, you have to be a good geographer, you have to be a good political scientist, you have to be a good sociologist, you have to even be a good psychologist. You also have to be good with certain types of technical tools, GIS, certain amount of mathematics. SPIA's programs, in particular the ones in UAP, equip you to deal with a highly complex transdisciplinary world. That's what's up.